Welcome, dear students. As you all know, under social studies, we have history, civics, and geography. We have already done first chapters of history and civics. So today we'll begin with civics, social, and political life. Lesson 1, Understanding Diversity. Before proceeding to learn about understanding diversity, I would like to tell you all what is civics and why do we have to learn it. The word civics comes from the Latin word civis, which means citizen. And civics is the study of rights and duties of citizens. Yes, you all are right. What are our rights and what are our duties? For example, as a child, you have right to get education and your duty is to take care of the school property and study. These are this is the simple example for you all to understand what is rights and what is your duty. So let's begin with understanding diversity. The meaning of this word understanding is to know, to learn something, and diversity means difference. Now what difference are we going to learn here? We are going to learn the differences in the citizens, differences that we see around us and also in our country. Look at these pictures drawn by some children. Do they look same? No, these all are different, but because everyone has different unique drawing style. Even if I ask you all to draw a particular picture, everyone's drawing will differ. This is again the reason your drawing style. This is not only with your drawing style, but the language, culture, religion that we follow are also different. Now answer this. In your neighborhood, does anyone look exactly like you do? Of course not. Or like the same food that you like? Here you might say yes, one of your friend or your cousin might like the same food that you like. But not everyone in your family or in your friend circle would like the same dish, right? I hope you all agree with me. So in this lesson, we will learn that people are different from each other in many ways. And being different from each other, still, how do we make friends? And what does this diversity add to our lives? Also, diversity in India. So let us see here. There are 6 friends from your class. What do they like? What language they speak? Here comes Nita. She speaks Bengali and the dish, the game and the festival that she celebrates. I hope you all can identify this. Then comes Rita, who speaks Konkani, Radha, who speaks Marathi, and her favorite dish, game and the festival. Please observe these slides very carefully. Next, we have 3 boys here. Amit, who speaks Tamil, dosa, football and Onam is his favorite. Then is Sujay, who speaks Gujarati, and here is his favorite dish, game and festival. Then is Dillair, who is Punjabi, who speaks Punjabi, and this is what he likes. Now what did you observe in earlier 2 slides? That there are some similar and some aspects but different in some other aspects. They speak different language, different food too. But still these friends play together and do lots of activities together. The same is true if you look around in your neighborhood or extend your thought the whole world. Now, have you all noticed one more difference apart from that we have seen? We have seen only the difference in the food, sports and festivals that they like and the language that they speak. But there is one more difference. Can you all guess? Yes, it is gender difference. The first slide I showed, it was about girls, and the second slide we saw boys. So this difference is called known as gender difference. Yes, this too comes under diversity. Now story time. I'll tell you the story of a boy who sells newspaper at Janpat crossing and a boy who takes the newspaper from him. Before I tell you the story, do you think it is easy for you all to make friends with someone who is very different? You might say yes, it is might be difficult but not impossible, right? But once you have the feeling towards someone, obviously you will become friends, though the person is different from you. Once you start conversing with him, once you start talking with the person, obviously, naturally, you get along with the person and you be friends. Here's the story of the boys Samir Do, who sells newspaper at Janpat Crossing, and Samir Ek, who goes to school from the same road. Every day, he would see this boy selling the newspaper, shouting the headlines in Hindi and English. And one day, this Samir stops at him and asks him for the Hindi newspaper. And this boy, the one who was selling newspaper, is surprised. He says, "You know Hindi? You can speak Hindi? You can read Hindi?" Samir Ek says, "Yes, of course, why not? I go to school. I have Hindi subject. I do learn everything." Then the Samir though is quite confused. Do you know why? Because he had never been to school. Because of his poor family, he had to sell newspapers and earn for his livelihood. So he was surprised. He says, "Subject? ये subject क्या होता है?" And then the Samir Ek tries to tell him what is subject and all. And this every day, every day when the Samir Ek would go to school or come back from school, he would see this boy selling newspaper and they would talk. One day, they both exchange their thoughts. He starts asking, "Where do you live?" Samir says, "I go to so and so school, I learn and all." And then they come to know, oh, they have same name. So this boy who's selling the newspaper says, "Okay, from today you are Samir Ek and I am Samir Do." So only there are same names with Samir Ek and Do on the screen that you see. But one day what happens is he sees this Samir Do in tears. He doesn't understand. Samir Ek doesn't understand. Why is my friend crying? He looks troubled and he didn't have that usual smile he had for him. Then he asks, "What happened? Are you in trouble?" Samir Do says, "Yes, many people are being killed in the riots. It is a communal riot and all my family members are in Meerut where this riot took place." Samir Do's eyes were filled with tears, and when Samir Ek touched his shoulder, he would not look up because he had lost his family in this. But the next day, when Samir Ek was going to school, he did not see Samir Do at the signal selling the newspaper. And he thought, where did this boy go? Where did my friend has gone? So, do you all agree, children? Being different, these two boys, still they had become friends. They had feelings towards each other, sympathy towards each other, right? So it is not difficult. It is actually very easy to make friends, even though someone is very different from you. I hope you all understood the story. This is how we make friends, and it's easy to make friends. Now let us discuss the difference that we saw in the story between Samir Ek and Samir Do. Yes, I know you will say Samir Ek goes to school and Samir Do doesn't go to school. Let us see the differences. Here Samir Ek is Hindu, Samir Do is Muslim. Samir Ek goes to school, Samir Do doesn't go to school. Samir Ek is rich, Samir Do is his family is very poor. And Samir Ek doesn't do any work. It means he's not working to earn some money. Here, Samir Do has to sell newspapers every day to earn his bread and butter. But in spite of having these differences, did these differences prevent them from becoming friends? Of course not. Now we were talking about difference, diversity. But here I would like to bring to your notice that one difference that we spoke about, it won't be called as difference but inequality. What is this inequality? Let us see. Inequality comes about when a person does not have opportunities that are available to other person. Now what opportunities did Samir Ek have? He had he had opportunity to go to school. That was his right and he was going to school. But Samir though did not go to school, right? So this cannot be called as difference. It is, but we call it as inequality because it is right of a child to get education, whereas one child is getting his right and the other is not. So this is inequality. Even earlier days in society, the society was divided on the work they did. Like a person who was potter, his children, grandchildren had to do pottery only, and they were not allowed to take over any other profession. This too created inequality in the society. We will learn this about inequality in the following chapters. So let us recap. Today we have seen what is civics. Civics is the study of rights and duties of citizens. What is inequality? That comes about when a person does not have opportunities that are available to other person. And diversity means differences. I hope you all understood this part of civics lesson 1, understanding diversity. Thank you.